Alright, how's it going, everybody? I always forget to adjust this camera first. So now, every time I open this show, it's like, hey, how's it going, everybody? Anyway, we're already off to a great start. My name is Mark Harmon, and you are watching the Comic On Demand show. If I was cool, I could instantly put up something right here where my hand is. But I'm sure there's programs that can do that, but I don't have that program. So you can just imagine that it's going to have a little logo thing right there. But it will have it in the highlight reel. I make highlight reels for these things that make no sense. So I don't know why I do them. I do know why I do them. They're fun and they make me laugh. So that's why I do them. If you're actually, just a little side tangent here. If you were watching those highlight reels to try to get in like an actual feel of what the show is about, I'm sorry. Because nope. They're not accurate. I make myself say things I didn't actually say in the show. And it makes me laugh. And so that's why I do it. Anyway, my name is Mark Harmon. This is the Comic On Man Show. This is the show where I draw a 4-panel comic that looks something like this. But as you can see, it is blank. That is because I am going to let you, the viewer, tell me what to draw. How cool does that sound? That's right, baby. We're live with a blank sheet of paper, and I'm going to let you tell me what to do. Most of the time it works out. Some of the times I cop out, and I don't draw what you tell me to draw. But it's my show, and I'll do whatever I want. Anyway, but I have some ground rules first before I tell you how this works. Ground rule number 1, I try to keep the show PG, so nothing crazy, hot button, or explicit of any kind. No suggestions of anything crazy, because I'm not going to draw it. 2, I'm not going to take any suggestions of things that already exist, like copyrighted properties, like SpongeBob or Superman or whatever. Or brand names, or sports mascots, or whatever, okay? Anything that's like a real established character that already has a name and stuff, I'm not going to do that either. Because sometime eventually, I've been saying this for almost a year now, I'm going to sell these drawings. And I just want to avoid copyright issues that may pop up. So think of something cool for me to draw, okay? Not something dumb. Don't think of something dumb. Think of something cool that I could draw, okay? Like, even though, okay, remember this, people. Even though I'm not drawing copyrighted stuff, I can still draw genres, okay? Like, you can say, Steampunk Penguin or something like that, right? Like, you don't have to just say penguin. You can say superhero penguin or steampunk penguin or horror penguin or sci-fi penguin or, okay, enough with the penguins, but you know what I'm saying? Okay. I'm just saying, like, let's kick it up a notch, people, right? It's episode 41. Have me draw something cool. Not saying that you haven't been telling me to draw something cool. I'm just saying some of it's been a little basic. And I just, you know what I mean? I expect better from you. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so here's how it's going to work. You're going to see a little screen pop up that says, be right back. There's going to be a little dancing guy right here. And when you see that, hopefully, about the same time, if you're watching the chat, wherever that is for you, whether it's right here or over here or right down, I don't know where it is for you. For me, the chat is right... It's right down there. Although I just pointed. I looked and pointed in 2 different directions. Anyway, so I'm going to put go in the chat, okay? So it's going to say Comic On Demand, go. Then that's when you put your suggestion in, all right? And then the first 2 suggestions that come in after that, those will be the suggestions that I use, okay? So let's get this rolling, get those suggestions ready, and wait for the chat. And when you see go, then put the suggestion in. Okay, sound good? right. So far, there's only one suggestion in there, so people, get on it, get on it, get on it, get on. Anyway, so there's only one. I'm supposed to take two. So if you haven't put your suggestion in there, it's still just sitting there. But anyway, our first suggestion is a 4-panel comic. So there it is. Good night, everybody. Okay, fine. All right, I'll draw. Jeez. I'll draw a 4-panel comic in this 4-panel comic. We're having like Comic on Demand Inception over here. And we still only have one suggestion, so you're really gonna do that to me, people? You can't have 2 suggestions. A Steampunk Penguin with a broken robotic arm. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is a Comic on Demand first, where I did not have 2 suggestions, and the same person put in the 2 suggestions. There's not necessarily a rule against it. I didn't say it, but panel comic. Oops, hold on. And you know what? No one else is playing tonight, so I guess, Will, you are going to get both suggestions. Four-panel comic and Steampunk Penguin with a broken arm. Broken robot arm. Robotic. Oh my God. Whatever, dude. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, alligators on a treadmill. There we go. All right. I am going to... you know what? And alligators on a... What happens if I... Okay, hold on. We're doing some real-time craziness right here. What happens if I... No, it won't let me do that. I've never gone like all the way across, and it's like gone off screen before. Okay. You know what? I'm just... And alligators. Treadmill. And I'll put a broken arm in there somewhere. Anyway. Alright, let's get this thing started. Jiminy Christmas. I've been doing this 41 times, and this feels like this is my first show. I was having technical difficulties at the beginning. Usually when I start up the stream, it pops up the little chat in a little window and it's all ready to go. But today I started the stream and it popped up the chat and it said sign in to do the chat. And I was like, oh, you gotta be kidding me, dude. So anyway, let's... So I was like, oh shoot. So I was trying to like sign in while the stream was going. So if you probably already saw, I don't know if you saw, but there was already a stream going. And then it ended at like 2 minutes and 30 seconds or something. So even right now, I thought it was still broken because even right now, even after I signed in, I have this little thing on my chat box thing that says, create a channel to join the chat. As if like the chat's not going. So I was like, oh great. But I guess it knows that I'm signed in doing stuff. I guess that's what I get. That's what I get for using free streaming software, you know what I mean? Like, I can't complain too much. I'm not paying for anything. My overhead for this show is pretty low. I've already talked about how I don't like drawing things with long snouts. Something about my style or something that I just can't draw long snouts, man. I just had to make sure I was drawing on camera. Because sometimes that happens. I don't draw on camera. The joys of limited free software. But we still get upset and want more from them. It's true, dude. Man. I put nothing into this. Why isn't it working? Like, really, dude? Is that really what we're doing right now? Sometimes I gotta check myself, you know? Okay, so I want the alligator to be doing like a like it, you know, how do I want it to have like puffy cheeks. So it's like, where on a big long snout, where do I put the puffy cheeks? Down here, I guess. This looks right. I gotta make it look like a treadmill. Something like that. Does that look like a treadmill? Sure, why not? Okay. I still have no idea what this punchline is going to be. I just thought that as I was drawing an alligator on a treadmill that I would figure it out. But I didn't, so. Do kidney stones count as PG? When oh man, they can, but they definitely did not when I had them. And you know what, I would tell you why, but it's kind of embarrassing. But when have I never said something, and when have I ever shied away from embarrassment of myself on this show? So, okay, listen. I'm just, the caveat here, right, is my body was making me do things that I wouldn't normally do, okay? So it wasn't my fault. It was my kidney's fault. I'm just putting that out there, okay? It wasn't me trying to, like, be weird. But for me, when I have kidney stones, it's like, dude, it's like, it feels like someone grabs a hold of my kidneys, like squeezing it and like jiggling it, or even almost like someone is like punching me in the side really hard, really fast, like crazy fast, like inhumanly fast, like in my side. And then my body wants to expel liquids out of every conceivable hole. All right. So, like, instantaneously, I would feel like I was absolutely about to like poop my pants. Like, really bad. But then it would go away as if nothing happened. And then like 5 minutes later, like all of a sudden I'm about to blow. And then nothing, right? So I kept kind of like sitting there and like I'm about to crud my pants. So instead of like taking my pants on and off constantly, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, I kind of was just like, you know what? This is ridiculous. So basically I just like stripped down in the buff and I just like hung around my bathroom in the nude. TMI, I know, but just saying. It made it easier for this whole process of I didn't know if something was going to happen or not. So yeah. So my what I'm saying is my personal experience just this last time with the kidney stones, it was most certainly not a PG experience because okay, so so crazy gross story aside, it's raining right now and this light over here has been flickering. So anyway, yeah, if all of a sudden my power goes out, if the stream just stops, well, then you know why. And listen, if the stream does stop, I'm not sure I'm going to start it back up again, okay? Because you're not going to know when. If the power comes back on instantly and I can get right back on again, like within 5 minutes. Or if the power's going to be out for an hour or something. So it's like, how would I tell you? Or how would you know? So anyway, this light over here was flickering like as if the power's going to go out. And if it does, I think we're just going to call it good. I don't know. You probably can't hear it. I don't know if the mic is picking up the raindrop sounds or not. It'd be cool if it was. I have not had a colonoscopy yet, although I think I probably should. Uh-oh. I got a little thing down in the corner that said something like disconnected, reconnecting. Did everything just go crazy for you guys? Did it stop? Did the stream stop? Am I back on? Okay, that was weird. I've never seen that little message before. There was a little message in the corner where it said connection lost and then reconnecting. I was traumatized. When it stopped, was I pulling a funny face? Was it like that? Whoops, hold on. Don't worry, Luella, everything's fine. There's just kind of a rain and a lightning storm right now, and that makes electronic things go weird. So it might do it again, and it might totally just shut off. I don't know. I was kind of drawn off camera there. Okay. Well, I mean, this is where drawing digitally would come in handy. The sounds keep going in and out for me. That's weird. Would there be a little irony if the penguin had a feather in his hat? I recently heard on a podcast talking about that whole the whole song or whatever that's like put a feather in his hat and called it macaroni. Like why that lyric was the way it was in that song. And it did have something to do with what wasn't it, like Yankee Doodle went to town riding on a pony, stuck a feather in his hat and called it macaroni. That means that's absolutely garbledygook like now in these modern times. Like, what in the world are you talking about? But it did have something to do with I think a Yankee Doodle was like a feminine type dude. And then putting a feather in your hat, it was like a fashion statement thing. And it was called macaroni for some sort of, macaroni meant something else. To us, it means a little noodle, right? But them in those days, it didn't mean noodle. It meant something else. I know I'm really helpful. There's nothing better than listening to somebody talk about a podcast that they don't remember very well. That's good TV right there. I saw this show once. I don't remember what it was. It was so cool. Wow, cool story, man. is where I wish I had copy paste. Since I'm redrawing this. I'm sure Mark is hogging all the bandwidth in the entire town. That's probably, you know what? That's probably true, actually. My internet provider is probably like, oh, that guy's streaming again. We can't handle it. So here's a question, if you guys can hear me. Here's a question that I have for you because I'm curious. So I pay like $55 a month for my internet, and I get my download is like 25 megabytes per second. So I'm paying $50 for 25 megabytes per second. What's everybody else paying? And what's your speeds? Because I've heard that, like, especially rural Wyoming is absolute garbage. I told my wife that I was sick of getting booted for online everything. She found a better provider and we switched. I don't know the details and don't care. It's worked. But come on, dude. Will, I thought you of all people, dude. I thought you of all people would be like on top of your bandwidth usage, or at least be curious about it. I have that app that's called like shoot, I forgot what it's called. I want to say like odometer. No, that's not what it's called. Dang it. I can't look on my phone because my phone's right here. But there's like an app that you just like, it's free, and you just, it clocks your speed for you. Basically just, you turn on the app, you hit go, and then it goes and has like a little like, it looks like a car, like a speedometer. Maybe it's called speedometer. I don't know. But then you just watch it go like, and then it calculates or whatever your download speeds. And then it'll calculate your upload speeds too. Ookla speed test. That's it. That's what it's called. Sorry, that was random, but that's how long this delay is. Yep, Ookla speed test. You download that bad boy, and it'll tell you what your internet speed is. Okay. Okay. Well, I don't know if you can hear the rain sounds. My little like microphone thing says that it's picking it up. Like it's going anyway. Wasn't Ookla in the cartoon Thundar the Barbarian? Yes, it was. Want to say something cool? Ta-da! This guy, Ookla the Mock. That's what his name was. His name was Ookla the Mock. Ta-da! I'll put him next to Donatello over here. But yes, Ookla was on Thundar the Barbarian. Anyway, little tangent there. Okay, so there's the panel, there's the comic. You got an alligator riding on a treadmill, and then the Steampunk Penguin's arm is going zzz. He's like, oh no. He's like, I can't draw with this broken arm. And see, he's like drawing the 4-panel comic of, see, that. You see that. But now that he stopped drawing, now the alligator's like, whew, I can catch a break. Because he's not drawing anymore. See it? Because he was the one drawing. Anyway. Your mother says it's raining hard at your place. Yes, it is. It is raining very hard. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not. Oh, yeah. So my wife is reminding me of the mid-suggestion. Okay, so here's the part of the show. Here's the part of the show where I do a mid suggestion. So, same thing as before, except I'll just take the first suggestion that comes in. Okay, so the little screen's gonna pop up, and I'm gonna put go in the chat, and then the first person to give me a suggestion, I'll then put that in here somewhere. Okay, so let's do that mid suggestion right. My button right now. We have our mid suggestion of peacock feather. Okay, so let's do a peacock feather somewhere. You know what, let's do it like right. One singular peacock feather. Is that a peacock feather? It looks like, I think it is. I think I've seen enough peacock feathers that I know what one looks like. Maybe. I don't know. And then that will help establish over here that that's what that is. It's been raining on and off today. A lot. Okay. Sometimes I have to correct my drawings in the inking stage because like I might have actually drawn something wrong when I sketched it, and then now that I see it I realized it was wrong, so I have to kind of go back and correct it. You know, I'm thinking about that family reunion episode that I posted. I don't know who all watched that, but like that was really fun to do it live like that. I'm trying to think of like ways and situations where I could like do more of that. Like I wonder if I just like talk to my local library and maybe like try to like do it live one time at the library, because I really liked the sound. The sound quality itself was like not great, but just the sound of like a live studio audience and live people like clapping and talking and stuff, it was really cool, I thought. So I was like, I want to do more of that. Because sure, doing it live on the internet is cool and everything, but because it even reminds me of like this. I did this sort of, I don't even want to say it was a Comic-Con, but there was a library event in Idaho. And so it was literally me and two other artists, and we did so it was basically us three had a table with our stuff, and then people came to the library like dressed up as if it was a Comic-Con, and they had like little games and stuff. And so we each did sort of like a drawing presentation type thing. And it was just super cool to have like people just sitting right there in front of me, like asking questions while I was doing it. Because like it was still kind of like this, like I had a microphone and I had a projector, but then people would just like ask questions as I was drawing stuff. It was cool. Now, I am absolutely blanking on the name of the town in Idaho that I went to. That's why I didn't say it, because I went to say it, and my brain was like, oh. I forgot I need to draw left to right, or else I smudge it. Okay, we're going upside down here for a second, people. Don't be scared. I don't ink traditionally enough to remember the things that you have to do when you're inking traditionally. And maybe you could do it at the elementary school. Maybe. Because it would have to be like an hour. Or maybe I could like just do like a 3-panel comic or something. And maybe not ink it, maybe I just draw it. I don't know if I could sit there and be entertaining to kids. For an hour. All right. We're back to normal here now. Andrew says to come to career day at the high school. High schoolers though? Do I want to draw in front of high schoolers? No, the question is, does Andrew want me to do that? Or is that embarrassing? That'd be embarrassing for Andrew if I came to his school and drew live while making fart jokes and talking about being naked with kidney stones. I don't think he would. I don't think he'd go for that. I get terrified of smearing ink or glue or anything dirt on fingers I didn't see when working with tangible stuff. Yeah, dude, that was. And dude, in college it happened all the time, and it drove me crazy. Especially when we were working with like pastels or charcoal or something. Dude, charcoal was. I did not like charcoal. Charcoal was not my favorite thing to work with. But Professor Brown, dude, he was all about charcoal. And I was just like, why? But I think he liked it because it was so like unforgiving. He's like, you gotta be confident when you put that stroke down. just leave out the naked part. But that's the best part. Come on. Dude. My back is all done being in chairs. I kind of sort of worked a little bit late today. Normally even though I freelance from home, I still try to kind of treat it like a regular job. So it's basically like I clock in and clock out. Like I'll start at 8:39 and I'll just be done at 5 or something. Sometimes earlier than that if I'm in kind of like a good stopping point, and if it's only like 4 or 4:30, I'll be like, I'm done. But today, I don't know, I guess I was in the zone or something. And I didn't stop work till 6. But then I was like, oh, I'm leaving my studio, but then I'm about to go get back in my studio in an hour. Okay, I don't want to use that pen. So it was a little weird. It was weird to be done, but then I was like, wait, I'm about to go be not done. liked oil painting more than I expected. Oh, Brian Hoover retired? I didn't know that. Dude, ever since I graduated in '08, I basically haven't heard anything. Like, I get the little SUU alumni magazine thing, but I don't look through it. And I don't know if it would have said anything in there. I mean, it probably would have. So if I actually did read it and pay attention, it probably said it somewhere in there. But is everybody else there? Is like Braithwaite and oh, my brain, dude. Who's the person I was just talking about? Brown? Is Braithwaite still there? Is Brown still there? Actually, I thought last time I heard Brown was like the head of the art department or something. He got put in as sort of the dean of the art department or something like that. Or like, is Ben still there? He was just like an adjunct when I was there. Is he still an adjunct, or is he like an actual like certified professor or anything? Do they still have like open drawing to the public like every Tuesday or Thursday or whenever that was? Man, I'm starting to. You're making me feel nostalgic for Cedar City. Dude, I flippin' loved Cedar City. I don't know if it's probably changed in the past 20 years or whatever, but I loved that, like, it sort of had a big town, like it had the resources of a big city, but then like 10:30, 11 o'clock, all the lights just started blinking yellow and the traffic was pretty much dead. Like, so it was like a big city during the day, but then it was like a awesome small town at night. Like, it just kind of went dead, and it was awesome. But I loved it. And I loved the summers, and I loved the concerts in the park and the Groove Fest, and I don't know if they still do all that stuff. Like the hot air balloon festival thing. I loved it. Oh, the department they have a whole new building? Did I know that? I don't know if I know that or not. Dude, that's sweet. I'm jealous. I miss those glory days. All right, anyway. Speaking of glory days, here's your 4-panel comic. Anyway, there it is, people. There's your 4-panel comic of a... Whoa. Oh, dude. Oh, hold on. All right, a 4-panel comic. Steampunk Penguin, Alligators and Treadmill. Yeah. All right, there it is, people. There's your 4-panel comic of a 4-panel comic. Steampunk Penguin with a broken robotic arm. And Alligator on Treadmill with the mid-suggestion of Peacock Feather. Anyway, that's it, people. There's Comic on Demand, episode 41 in the can. Thanks for showing up. You're awesome. And make sure to, where's my thingy? Make sure to like and subscribe and share and do all that stuff and push all those buttons, because it actually really does help me out. Like, if it gets lots of views and likes, then it tells YouTube, hey, show this to more people, and then more people see it, and then anyway, and so on and so forth. It's kind of like liking it and doing that stuff is sort of like the word of mouth kind of a thing. It's sort of like the technological word of mouth in a way. It petitions up to the almighty algorithm or whatever. So do all that stuff, if you please. That would be fantastic. But if you don't, then don't. I don't care. Whatever. Anyway, you're awesome. See you next week.